Minasan konnichiwa and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So today, guys, I am, of course, as you always know, I am going to be complaining again. I don't know. I'm actually starting to like this series myself, but this is going to be a short one, guys. And I do want to make it really clear to you because it is something that's going to be affecting you guys who are listening or watching my content. Now, there was this one person writing in Japanese, by the way, in my comments in one of my videos on Seki Sensei. What he wrote was, what should I say? How should I translate it in English? He said, 翻訳が雑だな。先生はもっといろいろ説明しているのに, which means the translation, the subtitles is just so random, you know. It's, what should I say? It's not enough. Yeah, he was saying that the sensei, the instructor, is explaining a lot more, but the subtitles are not providing the enough information, and it's not enough, it's not perfect. And now, I want to make it really, really clear. I'm pretty sure 99% of you listening to this right now probably understand that it's the same as subtitles for movies, for example. For subtitles for anime, for example. You can't write everything in the subtitles, obviously. Every small detail that's spoken in another language. You can't write it down with letters. I guess you've never actually done a proper translation before. I guess you wouldn't know, but you could probably imagine, right? You can't read the same amount of information that's been spoken, you know, in a different language. Yeah, it would be way too much amount of words to read, and there's no way you'll have enough time to actually get the information. So if you actually watch a movie where you understand the two languages, both the subtitles and also the talking, even the ones that were professional translators do the subtitles, there's a lot of scenes where they make it really, really short. And they cut off the details of the information, but you still understand the storyline, basically. That happens. That has to happen. That's a professional technique, a skill that you use in order for everyone to actually be able to make it in time to read the subtitles. Because more information doesn't mean it's always better. You know, if you don't understand the fundamental purpose of, you know, what they're explaining right now, or the purpose of what the actions, like in this case, in Seki Sensei, you won't, if there is just simply more information, you'll just be like, okay, I can't catch up. I can't understand anything. I don't know what's going on. I'm saying goodbye to this video, to this channel. You know, that's what's going to be happening. And that's exactly the reason why I completely acknowledge that. Obviously, that's not enough, that these subtitles are not completely giving out all the information. You know, that's the reason why I also have my own voice afterwards. I sometimes explain the same thing that I've written already in the subtitles. And that's the reason is because I understand that the subtitles are not enough, but I still want more people to hear Seki Sensei's voice directly. If it's just my voice all the time, the video itself would sound very boring, you know, and you won't feel like you're learning from that sensei. So I'm doing that on purpose. But there has been, I think it was 2 or 3 Japanese people who really feel that they have amazing English skills coming up to me and telling me that the subtitles are not explaining everything. He's actually saying more for the foreigners listening to this video. Don't trust the subtitles. You know, there were a couple of people saying this, but I'm like, you know, you're just a person writing a comment, you know. And I am the person responsible for translating, interpreting for Seki Sensei. And you gotta see, you gotta see how many views my videos are getting, you know. You gotta see how many people are happy and satisfied with the content, you know. If, for example, if I were following you, it'd be the product of what you imagine. Would that be a good idea? Probably not, because you probably won't be working with Seki Sensei, would you? You know? Sorry again. See, this is another series of Shogo's complaining. But I really did want to explain this to you. For example, if you don't speak any Japanese, if you're reading the subtitles, please do understand, yes, Seki Sensei is obviously, in most cases, he is of course saying more than what's written in the subtitles. I've been, what should I say, shortening it, you know, and abbreviating it, if that makes sense. Yeah. You know, to a certain amount, so it's easier to read. You know, I always run through the subtitles. After I'm done editing the video, I go through all the subtitles again and make sure if I can make it shorter, so it's more convenient, you know, to read. Yeah, so it's not disturbing that I have to read the really long sentences every time. Sometimes, even if I try to do so, sometimes the sentences are still long, but I always try my best to do that. But I do understand, yes, of course, obviously, if you, for example, come to the online lesson that's going to be starting soon on Seki Sensei's channel, or Asayama Ichiden's online lessons. Obviously, because I'll be there in the moment, I'll definitely be able to interpret a lot more for you because I'll be able to be speaking through my voice. Yeah. So you do need to understand that, but at the same time, I'm not lying, I'm not sending out any false information. That is one thing I did want to make really clear. And the thing is, this is from here is just a friend to friend kind of story. But I've definitely, because I've been doing YouTube for more than 2 years now, my third year, I've definitely gotten used to English comments basically that would criticize me, that would abuse me and stuff like that. But Japanese comments, because I've never made content towards Japanese people before, I still do react to it a little bit more sensitively and compared to English comments. I definitely need to get used to it. But it's my mother tongue, it's my mother language, and when there's people coming up to me and saying these things to me, it just feels, I guess it hurts more than English comments. And by the way, in the beginning when I just started YouTube, it hurt as much, by the way. But I just simply got used to it. And talking with you guys giving me warm comments really made me realize that the people saying stuff to me on the internet are just really strange people, the minority, Of course, I mean, there are, what should I say, nicer ways to say things to me. Like, for example, Shogo, you should do this more than that, There are polite ways, and I see people politely giving me advice, and that doesn't feel bad at all. There are people who would be like saying, this dude is crap, That is completely different. Completely understand the difference between advice and criticism, if that makes sense. But yeah, again, I guess it's just simply not used to receiving such Japanese comments yet. But because I'm doing, content together with Asayama Ichiden, there are people who watch the Japanese channel who just, come and check on my English channel, I guess. And they just want to act like a know-it-all, They think they can speak completely perfect English and they can do translations themselves. And I'm like, if you can do it, yeah, try, go ahead. Go ahead and try if you can satisfy all the people around the world, Try and explain what Seki Sensei explaining in the very, very deep, tactics and skills and techniques of Asayama Ichiden. Go ahead if you like. Go up to Seki Sensei and ask him if he will give you permission, I know. We're not talking about this. He's just probably trying to point this out to me, and he's not like trying to challenge me who can make a better channel or not. I understand, but inside my head, this was popping up. And as I always say, I'm sorry, the podcast channel is just the place where I talk about the things that have personally happened to me in my life and experiences and such. So I just want to share this story with you today. So then, everyone, as I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. So I know there's a lot of people studying Japanese willing to come to Japan to study, travel, or work, or even train traditional culture and such. However, I am very afraid that Japan will not be able to make everyone's dreams come true in the future, because we're facing a lot of social problems, we are losing our traditional culture, and the younger generations who are supposed to be carrying on the good things about Japan are dying because of all the social issues being shoved against them. So I really want to dedicate my life trying to make Japan a better place. I want to try to solve the social problems, preserve and evolve traditional culture, and also help out the younger generations so they can have a brighter future. And to do this, the nearest goals I have right now is to achieve 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2023 on my new channel, Seki Sensei. Also, achieve 50 guests per month on my Yushinkan Samurai experience. And actually, this is something that I haven't talked about in other podcasts or live streams and such. But I actually have a dream or a goal of having 100 students on the online lessons for Seki Sensei. That would be a amazing dream that I have, actually. That could be a goal. That could be a nice goal that I can aim for next. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for always supporting me. And yeah, please just let me know what you thought in the comments as always. Have a nice day or a good night. Bye-bye, guys.